Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Charlie Fibrosis, and today we are doing a look through history in IMRC, as IMRC recently announced that the series will be shutting down. So, at the eventual conclusion of IMRC Grand Tour and IMRC PK Freeze Smash Tournament, the league, the organization is shutting its doors. A big reason is that just simply Shane just isn't in the right headspace to run a league, and just has lost a lot of passion for it. And to be completely honest, I don't blame him. Running a league, especially where maybe you're lucky if you've got like a couple of people or 3 people to be co-admins or so, is good, but when it comes to making certain decisions based off of, and kind of also what was the intent on certain things, I get it. As my own personal announcement, IMRC Grand Touring, this will be the only season for it, and then going forward, I will no longer be running leagues myself. I've tried more or less 4 different times to run a league, and technically in one way or another I've actually run 5. I've been part of running 5, so once my league finishes its season, I'm done too. So there's that. But I don't blame him whatsoever. So yeah, but in the process, there were 11 Cup seasons and many, many other series. The series has run from 2015 through 2017 and then 2019 through 2022. That's actually pretty good, all things considered. So, Tyler, who runs Melancholy, the kind of recently, Melancholy and IMRC blended together when the IMRC Light Series shut down. Melancholy took the assets essentially and folded us into Melancholy from a Lights division, because the Cup Series sometimes got a little bit too chaotic and it needed a training grounds for Cup drivers, hopeful Cup drivers, and there needed to be a vetting series essentially, so drivers who were not good could still race, but they would not be getting a Cup promotion. But Tyler took the time and he went and he gave us our all-time records. Everything that was able to be sourced and everything is here. So in terms of races, we set 9th on the board with 73 starts. Cody Lamas, Cody's actually the leader in a lot of these things. He started in season 2 and has run 148 starts. So I don't know how long the first season was or so. Looks to be about 13, 14 races. But look at this too. Like, in terms of people who have made at least one start, there were 146. Yeah, through 12 seasons, 146 people made at least one single start in IMRC. That's actually kind of impressive. So yeah. And then there's my brother Grant, who made 16 starts. It's been so long. So Cody's on top with the most amount of starts. Dylan was only behind by a little bit with 133. So wins. Dylan Schwallenberg led the entire league with 35 wins. And up until the season shutting down early, he got at least 1 win every single season he competed. So 35 wins for Dylan Schwallenberg. And a big diversity of talent here. There were 35 different winners in IMRC throughout its entire league lifespan. In terms of top fives, Dylan led them all. DJ, really impressive. He's tied for second with Dane with 59, but Dylan with 71 top fives. Very good. I never won a race, so my stat is not there, but I think if we scroll down enough, here we go. 57. I don't. Yeah, tied 57th. 2 top fives. Disappointing, without a doubt, but I guarantee if I was having the run that I was having now, that number probably would be up to at least maybe 7 by the end of it. Top 10s, Dylan Schwallenberg with 97 and Dane with 91. Only a 6 top 10 difference there. And this is where my numbers increase. 16 top 10s through the entirety of it, tied for 38th. Poles, Dane Stinson with 23 and Jack Merkel with 15. And Dane, minus 2 seasons, had a pole for every year. And to check this real quick, did he win in season 3 and 5? He did not make any starts in season 5, so, but he just did not get a pole for whatever reason in season 3. But still, 23 poles, that's really impressive actually. And 42 pole winners. Laps, Cody Lamas with the most amount of laps run overall, and by quite a sizable difference in terms of numbers there. I had a lot of and it doesn't help that there were races that I just did not run in or DNF'd or anything like that. But let's see here. Oh, here we go. There I am. 9th place on the board, so about half of what the leader did, so yeah. 4 season. Oh, I didn't start racing until season 5, but and my worst year was season 10. Jeez. Whew. Okay. Led, Dylan Schwallenberg, more or less, almost doubling laps led. So, let's see here. I don't know where I rank on the board. There we go. 41st, tied for 41st with 37 laps led. Look at those wonderful numbers. Best of all, season 11 with 10 laps led. Winning at the finish, Cody Lamas is tied with Shane Sides for 106 races. So 106 races against 148. That's a pretty good record. That's a good ratio, all things considered, for how long everything lasted. 57 races, running at the finish. Not great, but whatever. For lead lap finishes, 38th, tied at 14th, and Shane Sides with 100 races on the lead lap. Titles, here we go. So, actually a pretty good diversity here. Dylan Poteet was the only 2-time champion, and he was the only back-to-back champion in any league. Cosman got 1 title back in season 5. That was when I had started. DJ got a title. Dejan got a title in an amazing fashion versus Tyler. Dane was the inaugural champion. Dylan won in season 6 from my team. Michael won a championship. John Poole won a championship. And Rogers won a championship. Attendance. I'm guessing that this meant like all the races that were available that season. Cause 5, season 5. No, I don't know. Oh wait, 8. Season 8. Season 8. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so attendance is related to showing up for every single race, and there was only one season that I ran every single event. DNFs. Wow. There were 5 people who went a whole season without a single DNF. Well, I guess season 11, I guess, doesn't entirely count, but I mean, you know. Then every lap. I think that this is associated with 0 DNFs. Wow. Crazy. I will say I do wish that there was a piece in terms of, which I can probably look real quick. I thought that there was maybe a piece as to like every single well, you know what? That actually kind of works a little bit. So yeah, give me a moment. Let me pause real quick, and I will be back in 1 second because I do have some data for this. Alright, to show this off real quick. So, granted, some files are missing, but in terms of the Light series, Shane and Cody are tied with the most wins in Light's history, with 8 wins apiece. And it's actually pretty close, all things considered. There was a handful of drivers who ended up running most races in the Light series, but there was a lot of Cup drivers who ended up winning, or drivers that ended up getting moved to the Cup series. Now, the one thing that I will say is that this record here is technically incorrect because Dejan Weeks was racing for me. He was subbing for me in the race at, I want to say, Boston. So he technically is the winner. He was just racing my car in my place. So that record is technically incorrect, I think. Yeah, that would put him at 7 wins. Moving him up tied for 3rd place. Technically 2nd. So I'll go ahead and wipe my record from the book. So, based off of what information we could find, 8 wins, 8 wins, 7 wins, 7 wins, 6. Tie for 5 wins, tie for 4 wins, tie for 3 wins, tie for 2 wins, and then obviously there's going to be cases where there is a tie for a single win. So, champions list. So, we saw in the Cup Series at least Ogo, Michael, DJ, Poole, Cosman, and then there was a break. There was a long hiatus. Schwal won the championship back, and I guess you could say IMRC version 2. Poteet back-to-back champion in 2019, and then pushing slightly into 2020. I think we had finished up in January, and then full-blown 2020, 2020, 2021, and then there was no champion for season 11. Lights champions, though, Lyndon Wright was the very first champion, Cody Lamas was the second champion, Austin LaPlante third champion, Emmanuel Hartnett the fourth champion, Jonathan Feld fifth champion, sixth champion, Don LaPrade seventh champion, Cody Lamas, so he was back-to-back. Well, not back-to-back, he was a two-time champion. And then my series that I've promoted in one way or another, IMRC Nextel Cup series. This is a little bit of a loose description, but we ran the Winston Cup 98 cars. Tristan Allen won. We ran the Winston Cup 2003 mod by Splash and Go. Natan Amuedo won. 2004, Natan won in the 04 Cup mod. And then Grand Touring, it looks like, unless Cody somehow manages to blow a 30-point gap over me, I am led to believe that Cody is going to win the championship. So he would just have to not show up for the rest of the season and not take a provisional one time. And that would really be one of the only ways I could truly pass him without any resistance. I would just need to be there to race. That's as simple as it gets. But he's actually shown up to just about, if not every single race. So I think he's pretty much got it locked up. There really isn't much I can do. I don't know what the Puma Truck Series was. I'm kind of led to believe that was... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the Puma Trucks was, but Joey Murphy won the championship, and then Schwallenberg won the championship. IMRC Super Speedway, I'm led to believe that this was what the truck series was that I ran in, that I know I ended up winning a race. That was a thing. I know I won a race in that Super Speedway truck series. I think Dunn ended up winning the championship, but I don't remember. Then, as the final piece is Dirt Warriors, which I think was a off-road Dakar rally type thing. Joey Murphy won the first championship. DJ Curtis won the second championship. Will won the third championship. There was apparently a drag racing series, and Henry Nova won the inaugural and only series. I remember running in this, the Dirt 3 WRX championship. Dylan ended up winning. And then for non-racing championships, we had a Rocket League tournament and No Skill Gaming led by Liam Tingley and Alex Gonzalez. They won with a perfect record, 25 wins, 0 losses, 0 ties. So there was that. I ended up being the sub, but I ended up not showing up for most competitions because I was not good at the game. So anyway, so that's a look back in IMRC history. Like I said, unfortunately, the series has decided to fold. I understand. My series will fold at the end of this season, and that is that. So, I'll definitely continue racing in other leagues and whatnot, maybe a little bit of open speedway. Hopefully we will do better in Melancholy, and maybe we can get a cup promotion. There's lots of choices going forward, but at least as me, myself, and I running a championship, no, I'm done with that. And, it is what it is. Plus, the other piece of it, too, is a lot of us have gotten a lot older. We've moved on with life, and we don't necessarily have the time, really, to run leagues every single year, or have that be our weekends or weekdays or whatnot. So, Shane, just wanted to say more than anything, thank you so much for the fun. I know I got into this late, and I certainly wish in many ways that I was doing IMRC or running NR all the way back when the series had started in the first place, um, all those years ago, because I think that it would have been really, really fun. Thank you for the fun. Thank you for all that you managed to do. And I just hope that wherever things go in the future, they go well for you. So, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.